I would argue today that Kim Yo Jong is indeed most dangerous woman in the world in all of Korean history. Perhaps world history, said Sung-Yoon Lee, a professor at Fletcher School at Tufts University. Although is relatively young, will be 36 at the end of September, is certainly a woman who brings a softer to the wild, chauvinist, male-dominated front of her nation. Said, it needs to be taken very seriously. Lee is author of The Sister, which chronicles Yo Jong's rise to power as the de facto deputy of Hermit Kingdom's religious leader. Photographs show Kim Jong visiting unsanctioned fighter jet facility in Russia and sitting in the cockpit of airplane. Kim Yo Jong first appeared public alongside her father, Kim Jong Il, 2011, but remained a largely background figure until she participated the Winter Olympics Pyeongchang, South Korea, 2018. Then, months later, she accompanied her brother on a historical trip, summit with South Korean President Moon Jae-in. He last went to Russia with his brother for summit with Vladimir Putin and visited Vostochny Cosmodrome before meeting between two leaders. Analysts have identified Kim Yo Jong as her brother's possible successor, and Lee believes she could serve as a regent for her brother's children until he is old enough to take power, even if that creates some tension. Lee acknowledged that in case there was some tension with the aunt, she would remember the bitter and cold winter of 2013 when she and her brother had their uncle executed. South Korea is talking about the launch of the North's first nuclear submarine deception or EXCESSATION. Kim Yo Jong and her brother appear to have increasingly cooperated over years, starting with their uncle, who begrudgingly applauded in presence of Supreme Leader. Just one several crimes accused by state media. He accused her of using an arrogant action that touched on the growing resentment of our service personnel and people. Following departure abroad in South Korea, he made bold statements on behalf of his brother and government. In addition to at least 40 written statements, he ordered the destruction of a joint liaison office located on North Korean territory. This vested authority is particularly troubling, Lee explained, because it gives him authority over the country's nuclear arsenal, even jointly with his brother, which he referenced in several statements last year when he threatened South Korea even if it fires a weapon, one bullet on North Korean territory. We have never seen peacefully North Korea in Korean history, world history, female despot, female co-leader of criminal regime, making nuclear threats and saying I have the authority to drop nuclear on you. Lee, the Democratic neighbor in South Korea, it is the state. He said, Trump said we were avoiding nuclear genocide when we made deal with North Korea investigating a subject from one of most secretive nations on planet proved challenging. But with help of his gradu,